Welcome to our April edition of Chamber Highlights. Shannon and I here today with our show titled Spring into Action. Today we're going to have Melinda Johnson. She is our Marketing and Community Events Coordinator for Brunswick County Parks and Recreation, talking about some opportunities there for fun things to do this summer. Then we'll be going down to Ocean Isle Beach to see Carrie and Rip Van Winkle of Summertide Adventure Tours to see what they have to offer this summer. And last but not least, we're going on down to North Myrtle Beach to see Inlet Plantation and talk to Hope about what they have to offer in their stables and horse tours along the beach. Shannon, would you like to tell the audience about things coming up with the Chamber?
Yes, April is a busy month for us. April 11th is our Governmental Affairs Committee. This committee works on legislative issues in the county to bring to our members. We have a lot going on. If anyone's interested in joining that committee, it's open to any member. You can check our website for the date and times. We have a ribbon cutting for a member that's been in business for 30 years. It's Milligan Power Lawn Equipment, Friday, April 19th. We hope that you'll come out to that. I believe
and that's in Shallotte, isn't it?
I believe that's in Shallotte at noon. We have our annual Home and Garden show coming up at the end of the month, April 20th and 21st. That's at Sea Trail Conference Center. We're real excited about that. We're going to have live demonstrations throughout both days, lots of exhibitors, so you can get expert advice on how to remodel your home or products that you need, design techniques for your house. We're very excited about that. Again, that's April the 20th and 21st. We also have our member orientation April the 23rd. This is a program that is for new members or for businesses that have hired new employees that want to learn more about how they can utilize their chamber membership. Tony gives us that. It's at the chamber. It's a great hour tutorial on all things chamber. It's kind of a chamber 101. And
Absolutely.
we've had a great turnout for the last year. We try to do them once a quarter. So if you haven't utilized your membership in a while, this is a good resource. Finally, we've got our April 25th is our business after hours, and that's going to be at the Ingram Planetarium over in Sunset Beach, and that should be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And just check our website for updates. We are constantly adding things. We also have a lot of community events in the month of April, so please keep checking us.
Absolutely, and all that can be found at www.brunswickcountychamber.org. I'm sure that will be up at the end of the show as we roll. To go back to our Home and Garden event, that is daily from 10 to 3 also. Just wanted to put that information in there for you. So from 10 o'clock to 3 each day there at Sea Trail on the 20th and 21st, we'll be there, and we'd love to have you come out and join us. Now let's get started with our guest today, Shannon.
Let's do it. Our first guest with us today, it's Melinda Johnson with the Brunswick County Parks and Rec, and Melinda is the Marketing and Community Events Coordinator for the Parks and Rec Department. Melinda, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you with us today, Melinda. Marketing and Community Events Coordinator, what all does that entail for you to do, Melinda?
Well, we have several things. Obviously, my largest portion of my job is marketing for the department, and we manage a Facebook page, our website, do all the press releases, and just keep everybody up to date on what's going on with Parks and Rec. And then the other side of my job is I run a few community events. We're involved with the concerts and free movie series, and we do the Little Princess Ball and a couple of other events throughout the year.
That's very cool. So concert and event series, the Princess Ball. You also do some things with seniors and Special Olympics too, correct?
We do. Along with my position, we have 5 other positions at the office that varies from athletics. We do some stuff with the 55 and over programs. We have special populations, and we also have a fitness coordinator who plans activities for people throughout the area. Coming up soon for the 55 and over programs, we've got our Gator Senior Games in Silver Arts, which is an excellent program. It's just to get people that are 55 and older out and about. We have over 80 sporting events that they can participate in, as well as the Silver Arts programs, which includes all of your performing arts, your literary, and your heritage arts.
And it's my understanding that this Senior Games will be starting as this show airs, basically April the 3rd, and then it runs through the end of May, these 80 games or so.
Yes, our big opening ceremonies is on April 3rd, and really it's just a fun day for people to come out. We'll have a speaker and lunch, and they can participate in a couple of activities that day. But then a lot of the sporting events will continue on through the month of May, so our cycling and swimming will be held at UNCW, and some of it is at the community college here in Brunswick County.
Very nice. And then as I've got a note here, it says May 3rd is when we do our Silver Arts Showcase for the seniors, which is part of this Senior Games through the year.
Yes. One of the things with the Silver Arts Showcase is that if you're not good at bowling or swimming or cycling, but you happen to be good at wood carving or writing poems or crocheting or knitting, then you can participate in the Silver Arts piece. And then what happens is we will have it a big day to come out, and people will do dance, and they have their little performing arts show, and then all of the artisans will have their pictures and crafts displayed that day, so you can come out, and it's just a big fun event.
So if they want to find out more about the Silver Arts program, they can go to your website, which we will give them all that information at the end of our discussion here today. Now, another question I had for you, Melinda, is how many parks are in the county? Because I'm all over the county during the day and during the weeks, and I see parks. I know there's one on in Ocean Isle Beach, and several different places. I've passed them, the one in Charlotte. How many parks are there within the county?
We have 13 parks. They're located throughout the county. We have some in Leland, like you mentioned, the one in Charlotte, Ocean Isle Beach, Waccamaw. We have several in Southport. We have 2 there, Dutchman Creek, and then we also have a new nature park, which is just outside of Leland. But on our park news, Town Creek Park, we just recently did a redesign for that and have a master plan. And that park is actually, we should probably start seeing construction happen on that probably the 1st of July, so sometime this summer. So that park will get a complete new revamp.
Wow. Is that the park you see on 17?
Yes, it's right there in Winnebago.
Yes, that's great.
Next question for you. We got Special Olympics down as something that's coming up very soon. Spring Games. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. That's one of our biggest events for Special Olympics. Steve Goodwin is the coordinator for that, and we always have those spring games. They'll be at Town Creek Park prior to the renovations. We usually have anywhere from, I would say, 400 to 500 people at that park that day. Not only athletes, but volunteers that come out that, feel very strongly about that program and love it. And it's a wonderful day. And if you have not been to it, or if you'd like to volunteer, you really should, because it's just amazing to see them out there and how much fun that, they're having. And just the community comes together to support that.
Mel, we have the Senior Games, we have Special Olympics coming up. Is there anything else? And we talked a little bit about our concert series, which the concert series, if you want to tell them a little bit about that, which we'll get more into that next month in there. We're going to do a whole piece on the concert series, but if you would like, tell them a little, our audience a little bit about what goes on during that, what that entails.
All right. Well, we have a free movie and concert series. We are up to 6 towns now. That includes Ocean Isle Beach, Holden Beach, Charlotte, Sunset Beach, Leland, and Southport. And what happens is, starting typically around Memorial Day, these towns and Parks and Rec will host concerts and movies, free movies for the public to come out and enjoy. Each town has a different day and obviously a different schedule, and we'll be putting out a program guide starting, I believe it will come out May 9th, and that will have the full schedule. It'll be the first time that you will see the full schedule, and that comes out in the Brunswick Beacon and the Stateport Pilot. So that'll be your first chance to see everyone's schedules.
That's nice. Now, we got concerts that takes in different bands, obviously, and you said movies. Now, are these movies that we would see in the regular theaters, or are they old movies? And how exactly do you present these? Are they done in a park on the outside?
Yes, they are outside. A lot of them are current movies. They're obviously family-friendly movies. Charlotte and Southport and Leland are the 3 locations that do the free movies.
Well, that's very nice. That's a lot of fun, and it is, like you said, family-oriented, so it's something that the folks can bring their kids out to, and the concerts too. I noticed I did see Holden Beach, I think, sent us a copy of their concert list of all the bands that they're having. It looks like they've got an awesome lineup, and I'm sure all the other beaches will be doing the same thing.
Absolutely, it's a great series, and it's been a really good partnership. All the towns coming together, and the homeowners and property owners associations, along with the county, to really pull off this major event. So.
Very good. Okay, with all that said, let's give the audience some information about how to get a hold of you and the folks in Parks and Rec, and also website address where they can find all the information to sign up for senior games, to sign up to volunteer for Special Olympics, or to enter a contestant in these programs. If you would tell the audience a little bit about how they can find you guys.
Sure. If you'd like to find out more about Brunswick County Parks and Rec, you can visit our website at www.brunswickcountync.gov, or you can give us a phone call at 910-253-2670. We're also on Facebook, and we have a Twitter account, so it's plenty of ways that you can stay in touch and keep informed about all the county events.
Melinda, thank you again for being on the show. We've had a great time learning about all the projects you have going on with Parks and Rec, with all the events coming up this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of things to get people out and about in the community. So thank you again for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Welcome back. We are here with Carrie and Rip Van Winkle with Summertide Adventure Tours. We're excited to be out here talking about your business.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You guys do tours on
Yes, ma'am.
kayaks and paddleboards. So tell us about your tours.
Well, we have a couple of different tours to choose from, but what we have are sit on top kayaks that we paddle the marshes and creeks between the islands of Sunset Beach and Ocean Isle Beach. We have 3 different tours. One is a Tubbs Inlet tour, which lasts about 2.5 hours. We have a Bird Island tour, which goes from Sunset Beach all the way out to the backside of Bird Island, and then we make our way back. And that one's about 4 hours. During our tours, we do make a point to stop and take a break. We let folks get out and swim. And there's all kinds of things that we see along the way, as far as birds and fish, marine life, like dolphins, sea turtles, things like that. Also a twilight tour, which we put in at right before sunset, and then we paddle out behind Sunset Beach and we watch the sunset and then kind of meander around the creeks as it's getting dark and watch the moon rise. That's a great tour. Families love to come out for that one and get photos, and it's great for families.
Where do y'all take? Where do you go out for that exactly?
For the full moon tour, we put in over by the old Sunset Beach Bridge where they built a new boat landing there. So that's a nice convenient spot for us.
Is that where you do a lot of those? What about Tubbs Inlet? Where do you put in for
our
that
Tubbs Inlet tour, we put in over on Park Road.
Okay.
It's between Sunset Beach and Ocean Isle Beach.
Okay. Okay.
And then for the Bird Island tour, we put in more near Calabash.
So if we have people that are bird watchers, this is a great tour for them.
Absolutely.
Tubbs Inlet, Bird Island. Wildlife photographers, I guess you get a lot of folks that want to do photography along the way. And I also understand you've got fishing now.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, kayak fishing has just become hugely popular, and we were trying to get into it last season, but we didn't really have the equipment to do it. We have the equipment now, and this is a boat that we take fishing. This is a VersaBoard. We can take this into marsh, and you can kind of sight fish out of this. So I mean, we can bring the seat back. You bring the seat all the way back, and you can stand up. You can get a nice perspective of where fish are. You can see a lot of redfish, a lot of trout, and you can just cast to them. If you're not comfortable with that, you can of course, sit down and paddle. These are our new kayaks too. We went with Native Watercraft, which is a North Carolina-based company. We've been really trying to get all of our equipment. We have all of our life jackets that are made in North Carolina. We have all of our boats that are made in North Carolina. We're trying to keep as local as we can.
That's cool.
And Native is a great company. They were based out of Greensboro. They just moved to Asheville. So we place an order and we drive up to Asheville and get our boats. But great fishing platforms. They have other style of fishing boats that we also are getting or even have. It's just really popular. I mean, we went out this past weekend and we caught more fish that we had to turn back because they were too big rather than they were able to keep. So we can get into little creeks and stuff that boats really can't get into. So we go to places where the guide fishermen and stuff really can't get to. So we paddle right past them to the spots where they wish they can go, and that's where we're catching the fish.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now, I was looking at this boat, and I see you've got 2 rod holders on the back. Quick question, do the folks need to bring their own rods with them?
No, we provide everything. We provide everything to, we even bring water, but if you want to bring snacks or a lunch or something like that, but other than that, we provide all the tackle and all the gear. And that goes with our regular tours too. We provide everything. You just need, shoes on your feet, and then, and we provide everything else. And getting back to the tours, we were talking about the Twilight Tour earlier. The Twilight Tour is probably our most family-friendly tour because it doesn't last that long. I mean, it's like an hour and 45 minutes, and the kids really like it because we put glow sticks all over the boats.
Oh, wow.
And so when we're coming back, I mean, it looks like this little floatilla of floating kayaks coming back to the landing. It's we kind of stumbled upon it halfway through our season, and everybody liked it because you're getting out of the heat of the day. So you're getting out there at twilight, and it's not really hot, and it just became pretty much our most popular tour. But if you want to see birds, you want to go on that first early morning tour. I mean, that first early morning tour at 8 o'clock, that's when you're seeing a lot of birds. And then also on the Twilight Tour.
Now, as far as how many people can you take out at a time on a tour? How many boats can you facilitate, or folks can you
We
facilitate?
can accommodate up to about 20 people
Wow.
per
So
tour.
if somebody had a group that wanted to come down as a family for a reunion, or maybe an executive group that wanted to come down and do that as part of their getting together for a corporate type deal,
Yep.
you've got enough boats to.
We sure do. And we have our single boats along with tandem boats. So if there's some small children involved, that we like to ask that children between the ages of 5 and 12 go in a tandem with an adult, or even just someone that's more comfortable paddling with another person.
Right.
So that's an option as well.
With that said, you'll take novices all the way up to experienced boaters, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
About 90% of the people that we take have never kayaked. So, and we give a nice instructional at the landing. We make sure everybody's comfortable and knows what they're doing and the safety features of the boats, and then we just go from there. And like Carrie was saying, we'll take a group of 20 or more to a group of 2. So if you guys just wanted to go, we'll be happy just to take you.
That'd be great.
So.
Fishing the same way? You've got enough boats?
Yeah,
or?
the maximum that we do for fishing is 3 people.
Okay.
I don't want to take more than 3 people because then you kind of lose. You don't want to get in there with a whole bunch of people and scare off all the fish,
Right.
and then I can't give my personal attention to more than 3 people in a 3 or 4 hour time that we're going. So we try to limit it to 2 or 3 people.
Okay. Well, that's great. It's very impressive that you're being able to use local-made, North Carolina-made products to do this and showcase the state like that. That's something that's hard to do on most businesses, to find things that are all made in North Carolina. So that's really awesome that you're able to use those products like that.
Well, thank you. We think they're a great company. We're really happy with their products, and hopefully we'll just continue to keep on using them. We are the only people in the area that use these products. There's a couple of people in Wilmington that sell them, but we're pretty much the local brand for this company.
Well, that's great. Anything else that you need to tell us about that we missed for the folks? Have we covered everything?
I think we did cover everything, but if anyone needs to get in touch with us, you can reach us on our toll-free telephone number, which is 877-597-0001. Or you can check out our website. We got pictures, blogs, which is summertidetours.com.
And the website's pretty neat too because it's interactive. Every time we go on a tour, we put a blog, so there's pictures of all of our guests on there. We have their names and stuff, and we archive it so they can check it out. And it changes every day.
That's
So.
great. That's a nice feature too. That way they can go back home and show all their friends how many times they fell off the boat. All right, guys.
Thank
Well, we
you.
thank you for coming
Great.
out
Thank
today,
you.
and look forward to maybe taking a trip with you this summer.
Sure.
We'd love to have you.
Thanks. Welcome back. We're here with Hope Vera, who is the manager of Inlet Point Plantation over in North Myrtle Beach. We're excited to be out here on this beautiful beach to talk about the horse rides that you guys do. Tell us a
ma'am.
little bit about that.
Well, we year-round do guided rides through, we have 4,000 acres of property here, which including the island, which is Wadey's Island. We do guided rides through the trails and on the ocean front.
Wow.
And it's my understanding there's 1,380 acres, if I understood you correctly, here on the island that
Yes.
is actually a private-owned island that the folks that come out to join you have the opportunity to use. And you can see today, this is, we're in April, we're out here on the beach. There's nobody here, so it's basically like getting to ride on your own private beach. Hope, if you will, tell us a little bit about you told me you had several different types of rides folks could take. Could you tell us a little bit about what they are?
Sure. The rides range from, we have our shortest 1-hour ride through the trails that goes through the wooded trails and along the Intracoastal Waterway. That one takes an hour, and it's not oceanfront on that one. And then we have our 1-hour oceanfront tour where we actually have our shuttle van. We drive everyone over to the island and the horses are already here, and you ride just the oceanfront the entire hour, so you're beachfront the whole time. We also have a 2-hour ride that combines the trails and the beach. You ride the horses through the trails out to the island and then down the beach and back. And then we do sunset beach rides in either the 1-hour or the 2-hour time frame also. So we pretty much cover the gamut of everything you can.
And those are year-round. So, and it's by reservation,
Yes.
correct? They have to call you and set up a reservation.
Yep.
How many people can you take at one time? I know you told me you had 42 horses on the facility.
We do.
At any given time. How many people can you take out? Can you take 42 riders?
We pretty much accommodate any size group. We try and keep the groups in the rides smaller, like 6 or less, just because it's better for the people on the rides. When you have a real huge group of 20 people, by the time you get to the back of the ride, it's you got sand in your face and everything else. But I mean, we have large groups that come, family reunions and things like that, and we try and accommodate any size group that wants to go.
And I was going to ask, you can also accommodate any type of rider, from a very inexperienced rider to a very experienced rider. Is that correct?
We do. We have horses from skill level of never even seen a horse before, so we also have advanced rides for experienced riders that have ridden their whole lives.
That's excellent. And what is the age limit as far as the youngest person you can take out on a ride, as far as if it's a family reunion and they're bringing all their kids along?
Right. Yeah, the youngest to actually ride on the horses by themselves and go on the rides is 7. It's 7 for our 1-hour rides and then 10 for the 2-hour rides. But we do have pony rides for the children younger than that we do at the stables, where a guide's walking the horse around on a lead rope for the little kids.
Very good. So we've got the 7 and up can do the 1 hour, the 10 and up age groups can do the 2 hour. This is year round. I guess the sunset rides need to be planned obviously around the time of year so that you make sure you get to see the sunset.
Right. We're at the mercy of the sun on those rides. So as far as scheduling them, no, we do them year round, but the time of those changes obviously throughout the year because the sunset time changes.
Is there a better time of year to see a good sunset on the beach than others, do you think?
It really just depends on the weather for the day. If it's a cloudy day, obviously you're not going to have a good sunset. But year round, summertime, we've got out here. Since there's nothing out here, you get the gorgeous colors everywhere.
Yeah. It's
So-
beautiful.
And you don't have the crowds to deal
No.
with either.
How much of mileage of beach is there?
It's about 4.5 miles of oceanfront out here on the island.
And when you come out and do the beach ride, then you get to do the whole 4 miles, depending on if you're an hour or 2 hours?
Right, depending on which ride you're on. That 1-hour beach ride, you cover almost the whole span of the island out here on the 1-hour beach ride, since you're on the oceanfront the whole time, and that's all you're riding on. The 2-hour ride, you probably get about 3/4 of it, half of it.
Pretty good.
And of course, I'm sure with the more advanced skill level you have, the more you would get to see, because I think you were telling me over at the stables earlier that with the better the skill level you are, the faster you'll allow them, as long as the guide's comfortable.
Right. Our advanced rides we do have for experienced riders that they'll walk, trot, canter the horses. They get to canter them down the beach. As long as the guide's comfortable with the people, and they actually are experienced riders, then we do have that option available.
So that's what interests me. I've rode in the mountains all my life, but I've never rode a horse on the beach. I would enjoy it. I think you see it in the movies all the time, the folks running the horses along the beach and the splashing in the waves.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that'd be a lot of fun.
It's definitely on a lot of people's bucket list. We hear that many, many times, that this was on their bucket list. They wanted to ride a horse on the beach, and it's a great beach to do it on because
beautiful.
unlike the public beaches where a lot of rides are, you don't have anybody out here. You just kind of feel at one with everything.
Well, and two, as we came over to the beachfront, we crossed through the marsh, which is beautiful with the wildlife. You see the birds and all. So I think the experience of the 2-hour ride would be really fun because you have that experience of going through the woods, the Spanish moss hanging in the oak trees, crossing through the marsh, and then breaking out onto this beautiful oceanfront, private beachfront. Just seems like that'd be a tremendous outing.
Oh yeah, that 2-hour ride, I mean, you get to see a whole lot more of the property. And we originally did just the 2-hour rides for a long time, but then some people, if you've never ridden before, 2 hours is too much, and you want to just see the beach and ride on the beach. So we have that 1-hour option if you think 2 hours is going to be too much to bite off and be a little sore.
The sunset ride, how long is it, did you say?
We do the 1-hour sunset or the 2-hour.
Okay,
We have both
so-
options for sunset on that one also.
How far in advance should you book a tour with you all?
Depending on the time of year you're coming, obviously the wintertime and fall is slower. Spring we start to get busier, and summertime is, we do the bulk of our business in the summer once all the schools are out and everyone's on vacation. So in the wintertime, a day ahead of time is good. Summertime, I would say call probably 5 days in advance just to make sure you get the day and the time you want.
And the price ranges start at what for the rides?
They range anywhere from $50 for that 1-hour trail ride to our advanced rides can go up to $250.
Okay. And while we're standing here, if you guys notice, there's a group of riders coming up behind us now that have been out on the ride today. That's pretty cool to see them coming down the beach right now. If you would,
Sure.
let the audience know all the information that they would need in order to contact you, phone numbers, website, email, whatever you want to give them, and especially give them the location because we're just a little bit off the beaten path here outside of North Myrtle Beach.
Sure. Our phone number, first off, the easiest way to reach us is 843-249-2989. And our website is very, very informative, has all the information, all the different rides listed with pricing, and there's tons of pictures. And that's Inlet, INLET, point, POINT, plantation.com. And you can email us through our website, but our email also is inletstable@gmail.com. And we're in North Myrtle Beach is our address. It's 5800 Little River Neck Road. And you can pop that in any GPS as long as you put North Myrtle Beach, it'll get you straight here. But usually it gets everyone to the top of our dirt road, and then that's where it stops. So once you get there, you're not lost. Keep going, get on the dirt road. It's about 2 miles back straight to us.
And that's a fun ride in itself. We did that today, and like you said, the GPS kicked in and said, you're there, and we just kept riding through
Right.
the beautiful trees and the Spanish moss. I love to ride through those oak trees and see that Spanish moss.
Oh, it's gorgeous coming through there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Hope, so much for
No
showing us
problem.
what you guys do. We look forward to hosting some tours out here for you guys this summer
Yeah.
through our viewership. So thanks again.
No problem. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Well, that's it for this month's show, guys. We are here at, like I said, in North Myrtle Beach. We'd like to thank all of our guests for this month's show of Spring into Action. We had Summertide Adventure Tours with Carrie and Rip Van Winkle. We had Mel Johnson with Brunswick County Parks and Recreation Department talking about all the things that they have to offer, and then here with Hope Veer at Inlet Point Plantation.
And just if you want to know what's going on at the Chamber, always check our website for the most current events at www.brunswickcountychamber.org, or you can call the front desk and talk to me, Tony, or Sandy at 910-754-6644. Thanks again for being with us today.
See you next month.